Well, good morning, everybody. Once again, Daybreak Show rolls on here into April. And on this Friday, we welcome in Don Pannell, Riveting Radio Real Estate from John L. Scott here in Shelton. Morning, Don.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you here today on a Friday. And getting ready. Spring is sprung, and
it is.
We're moving ahead on this thing. What do you got for us?
Time to start thinking about houses.
Sell those houses.
Sell those houses. Yeah, buy those houses, too.
Buy
yeah,
them.
yeah.
That's right.
So I'm not usually a statistical type of person, but I got this report from the Northwest Multiple Service through John L. Scott. They're really good about making sure we stay up on all of the latest trends and things. So I really appreciate that about the company. So this one is sort of the 2018 annual report for Mason County Housing.
Okay.
And it starts out by saying that 2017 housing market was marked by renewed optimism, fueled by stock market strength, higher wages, and a competitive environment. We kind of knew that. 2018 delivered a more seasoned, prudent approach, which I thought was kind of interesting. Home buyers, now steeped in several years of rising prices and low inventory, became more selective in their purchase choices as housing affordability achieved a 10-year low. So yet the appetite for home buying remained strong. So it was kind of a mixed bag for 2018. The national median household income was last reported with a year-over-year increase of 1.8%, while home prices have gone up 5.5%.
Wow.
So kind of a gap there. And of course, that isn't sustainable over the long haul. So we'll have to see some adjustments there at some point. So pending sales decreased actually in 2018 by 3%. And so that was we kind of saw that. We talked about inventory being low, so consequently that means, that sales are going to be fewer. I just checked this morning, and there were, as of yesterday, I think 9 new listings and 24 pending.
Wow.
So that's kind of a imbalance there too. Yeah. So and it says just for listings, there were 245 active listings at the end of 2018. And new listings decreased by 2.8% to finish the year. So prices, on the other hand, are up compared to last year. The overall median house, and this is for all of Mason County, of course, the overall sales price increased 14.3% to $240,000 average. So, or median, I guess, median. Residential home prices were up 14.3% compared to last year, and condominium home prices, which we don't see much here, are up 7.1%. So, and most people are receiving 99.2% of their list price.
Wow.
So, which is good. We talked a little bit about in some price ranges, they're actually getting well over their asking price, but taking all sales into account, they're getting 99.2%. So that's pretty good.
So are we in a buyer's market or a seller's market, or can the two ever happen at the same time?
I don't think so, because of the kind of, it's mutually exclusive kind of, and we're still, because of the low inventory, we're still in a seller's market. So, that's not to say that buyers can't find some really good deals out there, but the sellers kind of are in the driver's seat at this point. So, which would explain why they're getting 99% of their asking price, because there are, for every house listed, there are multiple buyers most of the time. So they did have specific statistics, which I thought was interesting for closed sales in 2018. Tahuya, Union, and Lilliwaup were all up in closed sales. Shelton, Grapeview, Allen, Hoodsport, and Matlock were all down. Matlock was down 42%.
So that means what? More people are moving into Tahuya and those areas?
I think part of what that means is that there just aren't that many available for sale. So new listings, we had Union, Tahuya, and Shelton were all up for new listings. Allen, Grapeview, Lilliwaup, Belfair, Matlock, and Hoodsport were down. So,
is a new listing a brand new home or a never been listed home?
And could be both, or it could be one that has been listed several times and just is being relisted. Or something that somebody bought 3 years ago and now they're moving on, and so they're listing it again.
Okay.
You know, in the multiple listing, in order for it to show as a 0 days on the market, it has to be, if it's being relisted, it has to be off the market for 90 days.
Oh, okay.
So, and then you get to start that counter over. Sometimes you'll see something that comes up as a new listing and it says that it already has 180 days on the market. Well, that's probably because they've either switched real estate agents or something has happened to where it's a new listing for that particular agent, but it has been listed before. So median sales prices, which I thought was pretty interesting, in Tahuya was up 47%.
Wow.
Shelton was up 20%. Allen,
do you have a number on that? 47% to
let's see,
dollar amount?
It doesn't say, it just says percentage. Yeah. Oh, well, wait a minute. For the overall average, we said the overall average price was $240.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give a breakdown of the exact dollar amount for each area. But so Tahuya, Shelton, and Allen and Grapeview were all up. And Matlock and Belfair as well.
Do those stats say anything about like land? We never really talk about land available where there is no home, but people can build on it. Is that availability as scarce as the houses that are up for sale?
No, that isn't on this report. But yeah, my research says that land is still plentiful, and it sometimes, especially when we get into this low inventory situation, it might make more sense to buy land. The scary part there is that, most of the times you're going to have to be thinking about a septic system and a well and electricity and that kind of stuff. So that can drive up the price of the lot considerably.
Yeah, we were thinking about all our kids originally. We were going to do yurts.
Yeah,
every kid had their own yurt.
Yeah, with a composting toilet and and hauling water from mom and dad's house, right? Right. Yeah, it's people have to start getting creative sometimes too.
Sure.
About, but on a $30,000 lot, you could potentially spend at least that on improvements.
Sure.
And probably more. So by the time you get all of that in, you're looking at a pretty pricey house.
Yeah.
Are there neighborhoods, or not neighborhoods, but sections of Mason County that ebb and flow in their desirability? So for a few years, people really are hyped up on maybe moving to Matlock, and then all of a sudden something shifts, and now people are, they want to go to Hoodsport or something like that.
Look, around the canal has historically been pretty steady as far as desirability. Union has been a pretty much a hotspot. Belfair traditionally has been a pretty good of pretty much of a hotspot. But again, it depends on availability.
Yeah.
And that's in my view anyway. The issue with Matlock is that so many of them out there are family farms and that kind of thing. They don't come on the market that often. So and they tend to be bigger parcels that of course are going to be more expensive. So yeah, it's but it's kind of interesting to take a look. It's going to be fun to see what does happen in 2019 as far as folks deciding that, hey, maybe this is a good time to sell before we switch over to being a buyer's market.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening anytime soon, just because of the lowness of the number of the inventory. I mean, that's just 1 month's inventory is just unheard of. So, we could probably use, an influx of several houses to get it up there to where it's going to have something for most people. So. And then people are scary too about what's going to happen with all of the stuff going on politically and in the world. So that all plays into this whole thing.
Well, the weather has gotten nicer. It's certainly good opportunities now to hop in the car with Dawn and go look at some of these places.
We'd love to take folks around and show them.
How can they get in touch?
They can call me at 360-490-4493 or come and see me on the corner of 3rd and Railroad at the John L. Scott office, and I'd love to sit down and go over some things with you.
Very nice. Nice to talk with you.
Good to talk with you.
Thanks for coming in.